All right, so one of the other exercises that I see most people doing incorrectly, and it's a large problem on this one just because it's such a fundamental exercise in building your legs for physique purposes, is quad extensions. So one of the first things in the actual motion that I see people doing wrong is top end partials. So that's a problem on every exercise, but this is one that most people don't even try to get the actual stretch on it. So this is Ben. He's going to be demonstrating what a top end partial kind of looks like. So this is what you'll see. People only hitting the top of the movement, doing it with no tempo, no rhythm whatsoever, and they're missing the biggest part of the movement in terms of hypertrophy stimulus. So now what Ben's gonna do is a full lengthen. So what you wanna do on this is milk it all the way down. So automatically the positioning should be as far as you can physically put your knee back. Ideally that should be all the way, and if not, I would work on mobility first. So just really slow tempo on the way down, which is the eccentric portion of the movement. And then once you get to the bottom, milk the stretch, hold it for a second, really focus on feeling it, then a more explosive contraction. The other thing I see a lot of people do, leaning all the way forward. So part of the reason that that lengthened stretch position is going to be so hypertrophic is because when you're leaning backward, your quad is already stretched just from the motion of leaning back. So what a lot of people do is they'll lean forward, they'll pull themselves into the seat. Not what you want to do on this motion. So just what Ben's doing right now, leaning all the way back, full lengthen, completely lengthened eccentrics, and just really milking that stretch at the bottom with that explosive concentric. That's how you want to hit it. And then once you get close to the end of your set, if you're doing an actual failure set or an approach to failure, what I would do is once you completely gas out, instead of stopping the motion, hit partials. So if Ben's going to demonstrate here, hitting partials on that lengthened end until you can no longer move it all the way up again. Then the last thing I see people doing incorrectly, once you finish your set, if you want to get up the way you see it, people will leave this racked and they'll just slide themselves out of the side. That puts your knee in a really weird position. You're risking MCL, ACL, PCL tear, all that stuff, especially if you're actually fatigued after the motion. Always unrack it. So once you're done, every single time, pull that, unrack it, get out with no tension on your knees. That's going to be how you want to execute your quad extensions.